that was a great episode of Boku no Hero Academia, and I don't even think it was a good episode because of the fight, but I think it was great because of the meaning of the fight, you know? I grew up watching Naruto, and this episode of Boku no Hero Academia really reached me because they did a lot of things that Naruto used to do. Like I said, the best part for me about this fight was the meaning behind it, and that's why it really reached out to me, because Naruto used to do the same exact thing, especially when it was a fight between Naruto and Sasuke. Anyway, there were several reasons why Bakugo wanted to fight Deku, and I really want to go more in depth about his emotion and why he felt that way. This was basically an episode for Bakugo, and I have to say, since season 1 I didn't really like Bakugo because I didn't understand why he was so mad, but with this episode I understood a lot more about Bakugo's character and his character arc, so let's get right to it. First of all, because Deku is getting stronger, Bakugo thinks that Midoriya is looking down to him, but it's really not that. It's just that Deku really admires Bakugo. He admires Bakugo more than he admires All Might, so he just wants to become stronger than him. So that goes to the second point. Bakugo actually thinks that he's looking back at Deku because of the growth that he's gotten since season 1, and he's so used to being the one followed by Deku that now that he's behind him a little bit, he feels sick. Even though he's not really behind Deku in strength, he sees how much stronger Deku got since they first applied 2 UA, and it reminded me a lot of Sasuke and Naruto part 1, especially because Sasuke was the strongest of the two, but he saw how much Naruto was getting stronger at a fast pace, and the reason for that is because, like All Might said in the other episode, Bakugo is already at level 15. Midoriya and Naruto were at level 1, so the growth, the experience that they're going to acquire is gonna be faster than a level 50 that has all these experience, you know. And it's kind of the same thing for everything, you know. If you've played 9+ years in basketball and your little brother has been playing for 2-3 years, he's gonna get better faster because he doesn't have a lot of experience. When you've been playing for 9+ years, the experience that you have is a lot more, you know. So I don't know if you understand, but it's quite I think it's good. It's a good analysis. One of the things that Bakugo asked in this episode is, why did All Might choose Deku as his protege? Obviously Bakugo thinks he's stronger than everybody, so he thinks that he should have been maybe the protege of All Might. Both Deku and Bakugo admired All Might when they were kids, so he would have really wanted All Might to acknowledge him. So that was I think I really like this part of the episode. Obviously we know why All Might chose Deku. He told us in season 1, season 2, I think even in season 3, so I don't need to repeat it in this video. But the second thing that I think was really important is that Bakugo actually thinks that it was his fault that All Might lost all of his power. He thinks that if he was stronger, he could have beaten the other villains and prevent All Might from fighting them and using up all of his power. I definitely didn't think that that was the way that Bakugo was thinking about it, but we should have known because of who his idol was when he was a kid. It was All Might, so we should have known that that was the way that he would have reacted to it. That's why I think it was such a great episode, because we got to see a side of Bakugo that we didn't get to see before. We got to see his emotion, so that was a great episode for me, and it was a great character development for Bakugo. The last thing really caught me off guard as well, because, you know, we haven't seen this side of Bakugo yet, you know, but he was keeping the secret by himself and he wouldn't share it with anybody, so that's something really hard to do, you know. So it was really hard for him to keep a secret by himself and not sharing it with other people. Now that he really knows the truth about Deku and All Might, it's like a breath of fresh air for him. It's a lot easier for him because he can share the secret with other people like Deku and All Might. He can talk about it and everything, so it's gonna be a lot easier for him to keep the secret. It was an amazing episode, you know, and I think we kind of needed this kind of episode for Bakugo because he's misunderstood a lot in the Boku no Hero community. There's a lot of hate about his character, so now that this episode is out now, I think maybe the hate is gonna be less. And even I like his character way more than I did at the beginning now. And now Bakugo and Deku kind of have a relationship, you know, so it was a great episode for this side, the emotion side of the episode. But now I'm gonna talk about the fight and the animation and everything, so let's get right to it. Man, this fight was amazing. I really liked the animation. The animation was great actually, even though the animation for Boku no Hero Academia is always amazing. There was something different about it. I know that there was a lot of different animators, great animators for this episode, so shout out to them. They did a great job. And my favorite part about this fight was when it was all black. I like how Bakugo and Midoriya dodge hit, and I really like how they showed the footwork of Midoriya. It was amazing. This was really my favorite fight scene from the episode, and the choreography for the fight was amazing. I think the soundtrack was especially great for the moments in this episode. There was different soundtrack, and for each moment the soundtrack was really good. And we actually got a reveal in this fight. Now Deku can use 8% of his power, so even though it's not a lot more than 5%, he's stronger and faster by going to 8%, so I really like that. I'm wondering when he's gonna be 100%. I know it's gonna be pretty much at the end of the series probably, but it's good to see him getting better and better. And even though his arms are in bad shape, he can only use 5% right now, but as he gets stronger, I think his arms are gonna get stronger, so he'll be able to use 100% with his arm. And we got to see him not only fight with his feet, he fought with his arm also, so I really think the combination of his arm and feet will be great. At first I thought he was going to fight with his legs only because of what happened with his arms, but it looks like he's gonna keep using his arms for his fighting style, so I'm hype about that. I really thought that when he started to use his legs, I really thought that he was going to only use his legs, because All Might is only using his arms, you know, so I thought Deku was only going to use his leg, but I'm really glad that he's going to use both. I think he's going to be a way better fighter than what All Might was, and he's going to be obviously the greatest hero. And yes, we didn't see All Might in his prime in this anime, but we'll get to see him a lot in the movie. I'm going to see it next week, I think, so I'm going to do a review on it, but I'm hype about this movie. Obviously Bakugo won by a hair. I actually thought that Deku was going to win, but Bakugo is still a little bit stronger, you know, so they're kind of equal. I think the strongest right now is Todoroki, then Bakugo and Midoriya, but Bakugo and Midoriya are neck to neck, you know, so I'm hype about it. I'm hyped to see how strong they're gonna get. But I'm really excited for next week's episode, because Midoriya is gonna meet the three strongest of UA. Obviously it's not Todoroki, Bakugo and Midoriya because they're just first years, but we'll get to see who the three strongest of the UA high school are. They're the big three of the high school, so I'm hype about that. One of them from the back actually looks a lot like All Might in his prime, so I'm wondering if maybe they're related. But yeah, it was an amazing episode. It's one of my favorite of the season, probably neck and neck with the All Might versus All For One fight. I'm not saying it was better, but the meaning behind it, I really liked it. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. Like I said, I think it's a 9 out of 10. It was a great episode. The emotions behind it was great. The character development for Bakugo was amazing. So let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. I really like the Bakugo's character a lot more. They actually have a relationship now, and actually at the end of the episode, Midoriya asked for advice about his shoot style, and Bakugo gave him advice about it. So I really want to see what the dynamic of their relationship will be in the future, because it looks like they're cool now, but we'll know, man. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. It would help my channel a lot. I really like doing anime reviews and anime related things, so let me know what you thought about this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.